Hello and welcome to the beginning of 2026. This is just where we're going to take some time and reflect back on what has been going on with my channel, with my life. This is more of a reflection, kind of personal type video. And we're just going to talk about all of what happened. A lot of great games came out in 2025. We got Arc Raiders. We got Claire Obscure 33, which I have not played yet, but I won Game of the Year this year. And from what it looks like a really good game. And from what people are saying, it's a good game. Just looking at the combat mechanics and things like that, it seems like it reminds me of The Legend of Dragoon, because you had to like time your attacks and do certain things like that as well. And that type of combat, I remember when I was a kid playing that. I didn't have any trouble with it, with like timing everything, getting it all down. And I want to play Legend of Dragoon again. What else came out? There were quite a few things. Hang on, let me pull up my list. We had Megabonk, which is a action roguelike bullet hell type game. And what kind of set this one apart from other action roguelikes and bullet hell games was the fact that it was 3D. A lot of them are kind of like 2D top down, so you can see all of them coming at you from every direction. But with this one, they went 3D with it. And the person who developed and published it is apparently, this is according to rumors, someone who has published and made games under a different name. And then he went and changed his name, made another game. Not only that, while making the game and streaming it, while he was making it, had the community pitch in ideas on what they should put into the game and added those in there. So this is like a really fan-made game that this person worked on. And it turned out great. It was very positive. Right now is what the reviews are on Steam. And fun game. I played a lot of it. As of this recording, I have played a total of 19.5 hours of Megabonk. And then we also got Ball X Pit, which I have played 8.9 hours of it. I have voted this for the most innovative game, just because it's also another roguelike action, but the way that it's played, kind of more like a brick breaker type game, but with all the different mechanics of the fusions with the balls and the attacks and the abilities of different characters and all of this stuff. That's why it got the most innovative vote for me on Steam. But published by Devolver Digital, who has an amazing library. I talk about it all the time. Right now sitting at overwhelmingly positive reviews on Steam. And I was very surprised to see that this didn't get more votes for any type of awards. I mean, Claire Obscure stole the show at the Game Awards. On Steam, we're going to have to wait till January 3rd to see what is going on with that. Arc Raiders. How can I not talk about Arc Raiders? I have played 76.5 hours of Arc Raiders. It's crazy. I like looter extractor games, but they can get kind of like annoying, tedious, irritating is really the word that I'm looking for when it comes to these kind of extractor games, because you'll spend all this time going around looting and getting all these things just to get killed before you can extract. Like Escape from Tarkov, for instance. That game irritated me a lot because I could not get past. I was trying to do one mission. All I had to do was collect a pocket watch. This is a beginner mission. This is a mission they give you in the beginning. And in order to do this, you have to go get a key from a jacket in one location, and then walk over to where the truck is, unlock the truck, get the pocket watch. It sounds so easy when I say it like that. But where you go to get the jacket, well, you gotta probably fight or shoot people in order to get to that location. And then to go back, you might get shot. You might get attacked by somebody else. And then when you get to where the truck is at, there are NPCs around there that you're going to have to kill. And that's going to cause gunfire. That's going to cause people to come over to where you're at. There's one area where there's like somebody who snipes at you. And I have gotten so close to the point where I had it in my inventory and then got sniped by an NPC who was on a roof that I didn't see. That's the closest I ever got to it. I only did it once. And then I was like, I'm done. This is taking too much. Arena Breakout Infinite was another looter extractor that came out. I want to say this year or last year. I'm just using it as an example. No, it was this year. September 15th, 2025 is when it was released. 16.1 hours in that game. Another fun looter extractor. I'm not a big fan of the different ammo colors, though. That to me was kind of irritating because it just seems like if we've got the same gun and that person has a different type of ammo than mine, they win because they have better ammo than I do. It's a silly little concept. I didn't really like it. That was the one downside for Arena Breakout. Other than that, it was pretty fun. Extractor, 16.1 hours in that game. Blueprints. I played Blueprints. I haven't played much of it. I just recently got it this month. I have played 7.7 hours. I'm on, I want to say, day 9 or 10. I've unlocked 2 different areas. I've gotten to the end where you're supposed to go and got the key and then wasn't sure what I was supposed to do with this key and had to end my day because I had no more steps. It was just all the work to get back there. And some of the riddles and stuff like that are pretty difficult. Like, I want to look them up, but I'm resisting. I'm not going to. I think it would be more fun if I could solve it on my own. So I'm just leaving it as is. And we'll see what happens. Yeah, that's okay. Have it on my favorites tab on my Steam, which is what I'm going through right now. That's my list. Is I'm just going down through here. These are games too that have come out this year. Mecha Break. It came out this year. I didn't play much of it. It came out July 1st, 2025. I played a total of 49 minutes, which is surprising because I enjoy mechs. I'm a big fan of mech, of Gundams, of giant robots, armor core, things like that. And I just couldn't get into this game. Also a looter type, extractor type game. Free to play, mechs, robot, PvP, multiplayer action. Those are all the tags they have on Steam. Not so much like heavy on the loot as it is just like you get different parts and upgrades for your character, and they have it separated in 2 different ones where you can do like a PvP with the different mechs that are available, and then you've got the one where you get like the battle royale type feel where you can add the upgrades and things like that. But also a live service game with battle passes, things like that. And I'm very biased against live service games. Like, I played Marvel Rivals and I played it more. I've been playing it more. Told myself I wasn't going to because it looked fun and I know I would enjoy it, but then I would get stuck and want to put money into it, and then the service may go down. It's a license type game. It could have a Gundam Evolution type deal where you put all this money in and now the game is no longer available and you can't even play it in single player against bots. So all that money that you put into it, gone. All gone. You got nothing to show for it. It's just gone. I hate that. That's why I don't like live service games. That's why I want to stay away from live service games. That being said, they had a Simpsons update on Fortnite, and I got into that, and I bought the battle pass for that, and I bought character skins for it, and I probably played it 1 or 2 days. I was doing the Lego side of it because I thought that was really cool. I like Lego and I like Simpsons, and then did the battle royale side of it as well. I like the skins. The playing in Springfield was awesome. That was really enjoyable. And I wish I played more of it. I didn't. There's just so many games out. I feel like I'm not going to have enough time to play all these games, yet I continue to buy them. and get more games from my Steam library that just sit and don't get played. Which is why we did New Year, New Game on the channel a couple years back. Maybe a few years back. Sheesh. Monster Hunter Isles. That came out this year. That did come out this year, right? Yes, February 27th, 2025. As of recording this, I have played 60.3 hours of it. I have beaten the story mode in this game. Now it's just all about fighting tougher monsters, getting my hunter rank up, and there's like different events and things like that they do as well, which are always fun. I got to play as Akuma. That was cool. I like that event. And then getting the Akuma skin and just like bare hand punching monsters, beating them up, shooting off his abilities. That's awesome. That was really enjoyable. I've been going through trying to get the achievements as much as possible. Reaching hunter rank 100 is something I need. Completing 100 quests with your Palico deployed. Complete 100 quests via multiplayer. Capture 50 monsters. Caught a giant squid while fishing. Gotta find where that's at. Gotta look that. Obtaining gold crown for 10 or more monsters in the hunting log. Speaking of, just a segue over. Achievements. This year, I have been focusing on trying to 100% beat games. And as of 125, I have completed a total of 4 games to 100%. I know. Amazing, right? 4 whole games. I completed 100%. Normally, my 100% completed games were the Telltale games for The Walking Dead and The Walking Dead Season 2, and then The Wolf Among Us. Those were pretty easy to get the achievements for it. Once you go through the main story, you can kind of go back in different chapters, decisions, things like that. You don't have to play the game all over again, but it was fun. Those are good storytelling games, fun interactions, things like that. And then Amanda the Adventurer, which we did on the channel last year. We played it during the Halloween time, during October. And went through and I was like, let me try and get all these achievements that are on here. There's not that many. And I did it. I meant to get Amanda the Adventurer 2, which I think came out this year. And I didn't wind up picking it up. Didn't wind up playing it in the stream for October because I wasn't really doing much in October. I keep saying stream. This is not a stream. This is uploads. This is YouTube. These are videos. These aren't streaming. Maybe I should go back to streaming live and doing things like that. And just when I'm sitting here kind of playing games, just mindlessly zoning out on it, doing that. That's a really problem why I don't want to stream, because I also should be on camera when I stream. I don't want to be on camera. I look like a mess most of the times. I'm just hair's all out of place, and same with my beard and mustache. It's all off. If I stream multiple days, you will see that I have worn that shirt probably 3 or 4 days. Yeah. So we avoid that. Of course, I just told you everything, so now you know. But the games that we completed 100% this year. Gundam Breaker 4. You remember Gundam Breaker 4? I had that on the channel. We went through and we're doing the story mode for that. Very anime story mode for it. Went through, beat it. Beat it 100%. We beat all the story. And then I went through and I started doing the achievements for things. I will say that the optional stories that they have afterwards aren't a part of the achievements. That's something that probably I would like to see. So there's still things in the game that I can do. Not to mention if they update it, but I don't think that they're going to update it very much. It kind of seems like they have got what they needed out of the game and are now just kind of letting it coast into the open sea and drift to wherever it goes from there. But there is a lot of creativity in that game with making different mechs. The diorama thing that they added to it, amazing. And the achievements that you do really get you in to experience the different types of stuff. And they want you to participate in their challenges that they do for like making a certain mech. They have themes and stuff that they do. Same with dioramas too. They have themes that they do with dioramas. And they want you to participate So much they put it in as an achievement, which was really sucked for me when my last achievement that I needed to get was doing the diorama thing. But they alternate between doing mech competitions and diorama competitions. And I wasn't sure when the next diorama competition was. So essentially the last achievement that I needed to get was me just checking in the game, like, is it going right now? No, it's not going. I don't know when this one ends. Hopefully when this ends, another one picks up, and then it ended, and there was nothing. It's like, oh, well, okay, maybe they're not gonna do a diorama thing. Maybe this is it. Maybe Bandai Namco was like, okay, we're done. We don't need to do any of these updates anymore. And luckily a diorama one came around next, and I was able to get it. And I went back to Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice. There was a few rune stories that we missed. That was the only achievement that I didn't get during the initial playthrough in October last year. So I went back and I did that. It was easy to get. I didn't have to go to any one specific rune. I could go right back to whatever the first one is that you come across, and it counts towards whatever that set is for the things that you're missing, which was great. I'm glad that I didn't have to go through and play the entire game again and could just kind of like fast pass towards it. And then Warriors Abyss. You remember that one? The bullet hell roguelike Dynasty Warriors games? Or Warriors games, because now it's Samurai Warriors and Dynasty Warriors. On top of other characters, like characters from Ninja Gaiden, some anime thing that I didn't really recognize. Went through, did all that, did all the achievements for it. One thing is that it's a lot of just kind of like beat the main boss with this many characters, die this many times. It didn't really get you to explore the game entirely or have anything really unique about it. There's different difficulty levels when you go through, and your character levels up, but none of the achievements push you towards going to a higher difficulty. It just wants you to beat the boss. So I could just beat it with a new character on the first level all the way through. But there wasn't any achievement that was like, go beat the boss at this tier, beat the boss at this tier. No, it was really unlock all characters, die times, kill people that get a score of this much, do this much damage, things like that. So, wasn't super. It was just kind of, I go in, I beat it once. Like I would do a run, is what I would do. One run, okay, now we're one step closer, and then go off and play. And then the last game that I 100%ed this year was Save Room, which I believe I played on New Year, New Game. It is a game that is inspired by the Resident Evil inventory management system. I want to say from Resident Evil 4 is when they started doing this. They may have done it on early games. I just remember 4 because I think that's where I started when it came to Resident Evil. I didn't start at 1 through 3. Was a scared little boy and did not want to play those games. But it's all about inventory management, and their achievements is essentially go through and play the game. Do complete all the levels. And then there's other things where they give you some special things where it's like, try to complete a level with your health not at full. Try to complete a level with bullets still left, or a gun that's not been loaded, things like that. So they gave you some kind of like hooks into it, and there's only certain levels you can get past those hooks. So they gave you a little extra to try and think and work through. Now, if we go back to the other games that we played, I don't want to leave out that I played Peak, another game that came out this year, back in June 16th. Such a fun game to play with friends. I have played this with Logdog, friend of the channel, and with our other buddies, and laughter every time that we play this. Hilarious laughter of just different things that are happening. We got to see the desert biome. I haven't gone back to play the new biome they have, which is a forest. Giant mushrooms and things like that. I need to go back and get past the roots biome. But as of recording this, I have played 10.9 hours in this game. This is a game that's fun to play with people, so I, of course, don't put time into it to play by myself. And I'm weird and don't want to partner up with random people. So I don't do that. I just like to play with my friends. And I don't always play with my friends. Even with like Arc Raiders. Arc Raiders, though, I'll play by myself. I'll solo, that's no problem. But getting together and playing Arc Raiders with your friends, that could be kind of fun too. That can also be irritating if you're trying to do something and your friend decides to pick a fight with another group and you all die. You know who you are, friend. I'm kidding, it's all fun. Repo. I played Repo this year. I think it came out. No, it came out this year, February 26, 2025. Also, a fun game to play with friends. And they have a new, like, tag for these types of games where it's like friend slop, where you get together with your friends and you have a fun time. It's a friend slop. Such a stupid title. I don't know who thought of this. R-E-P-O. Repo. Going around with these little mechanical guys that when you talk on the mic, they move their mouth. Same with like Peak, same thing. They move their mouth. Hilarious, cracked up every time we play this. Getting different things, getting jump scared by all the different monsters. You just get like a blind guy with a rifle walking around, a giant floating head. You get that puke monster that comes in and attaches to you. Played this with a group of friends, and as of recording this, I have played a total of 5.4 hours of Repo. Good game. One game that I have probably put the most time in this year is Super Robot Wars Y. Super Robot Wars is a game that doesn't always get to go to other countries outside of Japan. For licensing reasons, also some of the animes haven't been released in other regions, so they never felt like, in the beginning at least, with this series, felt as though they should expand any further because other nations don't know what these shows are, know what these mechs are, or anything like that. So they didn't release them out there, and of course licensing as well, stuff like that. But then they started releasing English patches. So with Super Robot Wars Y, they released it into the States. But they only released it digitally. If you want a physical copy of Super Robot Wars Y, you have to import it. Which, given what happened this year, with tariffs and stuff, I mean just tariff, not even stuff, importing things from Japan got more expensive. I would love to import Gundams and video games with English patches or English translations inside of them. What I don't love is having to pay like $15 to $20 to get it shipped to me. And this was happening during like the midst of everything, so prices were just like constantly bouncing around. But as of recording this, 149.9 hours in this game. I will say, I will leave this game running on the main menu and walk away. This is such a passive game, because it's a tactic turn-based type game, that I don't always sit here and play the game. I will sometimes leave it, go do something else, and then come back and maybe do a mission. But there is so much to do in this game. There are so many characters in this game. I try to get through doing the story and the side missions, but then they have other missions that pop up that are like battles, which I use to get experience for my lower level characters, and I try to keep everyone's levels all around the same thing. Even though you can't take every single character with you out on a mission, there are certain story missions and side missions that will have you force use certain characters that you may not want to use because you don't like them, or it's not a part of your anime team that you want to put on there, your old mecha anime fighter team, your dream team, as you will. But those missions will make you use these characters. And I don't have to do all the side missions. Bullshit, I don't have to. Yes, I do. I have to play every single one of these missions. I'm not going to go through all of the main mission and then come back and do the side missions. Oh, no. when you're selecting missions, the game gives you recommendations on what mission you should do next. So I follow those recommendations most of the time. Because there's some missions too where you go find powerful artifacts. They're more difficult, so I don't always go and do them. Or there's a simulation battle that's difficult, so I don't always go and do that. But I have a method on how I play the game and things that I do, and I enjoy it. I really like it. The story has been silly. It's all over the place. It's trying to juggle so many different franchises and so many different characters that it's almost hard to pay attention to like what the main mission is. It's just war. It's what a lot of is going on in a lot of these animes. It's war. That's pretty much all it is. War between this. But it's like they take the war from this anime and that anime and they kind of mush them all together. So it's just one big war. But you're still playing a mission that's like, oh, that happened in that anime. Okay, we're going to try and incorporate it in this with a slight different twist on it so it doesn't actually end or play out like it did in the anime, but has a different turnout because everyone's involved. But it's a fun game. I enjoy it. Tactics turn-based, all for them. I even tried something that I didn't think I would, but I watched this anime called Solo Leveling, which is a popular anime. It was recommended to me by friends who watch anime. Check it out. It looks really cool. It was an action anime. And for me, action animes are all kind of the same. You have one friend, one character who is got powers, and he's super strong, and he's stronger than all of his friends, who also have powers, but they're not as strong as the main character. And then a monster or a threat will come and attack the main character, and will beat the main character and their friends, but then something will happen to where the main character powers up and gets even stronger and then can beat that monster, and then the next monster comes in who's stronger than that next level that they went on, and it just continues from that point. Solo Leveling kind of went that way route as well, but the way that they went about it and like the story and everything to it was really good. I love the storytelling that they did in it, just from the brutal first episode to where it's at now is really, it's kept my attention the entire time. This guy's over here doing his own thing and then sometimes gets dragged into the other world events and has to participate and help, but also hide how strong he is from the rest of the world for fear that he will be prosecuted or seen as a monster. And they released a video game for this anime. Bandai Namco released an anime game. Shocker, right? Surprise. Bandai Namco release an anime game? For those of you who don't know, Bandai Namco are the ones who are always doing all the anime games. Like the Naruto games, which are fighting games. Or the games from Bleach, which are fighting games. There's also the games that are One Piece, which are kind of RPG games. Beat 'em ups, but also almost kind of falling in the rank of fighting games. What about the My Hero Academia games they came out with? Fighting games. Solo Leveling? Not a fighting game. Like, what? So this isn't a fighting game? No. It's a Souls-like. Oh, you got my attention. A Souls-like, you say? For Solo Leveling? That's great. That's what I want in a Solo Leveling game. I want a Souls-like. And I got it. I got a repetitive, playing the same missions over again in order to get parts, in order to upgrade my weapons to make them stronger. Souls-like. That is mission-based, where you're in a headquarters. You're not in an open world of Solo Leveling. You're going through the story, and you're doing the story as it is in the anime, and kind of speeding things up a bit. But it's a lot of like, if I want to upgrade this weapon, I need these parts. In order to do these parts, I got to go over here and do this mission. Hopefully the first run that I go through with that mission, I get enough parts in order to upgrade my weapon. Because if I don't get those parts, I got to go back and run that mission a second time in order to get those parts to get to the next rank. And once you get to the next rank, I got to find parts for this now in order to upgrade it. It's kind of got the same type of weapon progression as Monster Hunter does for like their armor and weapons. Fight the bosses, get the parts, things like that. Where in the anime, it was more like, yeah, beat this guy, you get his knife. That's how that worked. Not so much in this game. Sometimes you'll get like different weapons, but it's got a whole tier system to it and a tree for progressing. One thing I did like though is the side characters you can use, and they have missions specifically made for the side characters to go and fight the big bad monsters that our main character fights by himself. They say, hey, you can take 3 side characters who have their own unique combat systems and equipments and things like that that can also get leveled up, and you might need parts for to go do those missions. To get those parts, we've already went through this. And you can go through and do that in solo leveling. That I actually liked. I liked using the other characters because of their unique abilities. There's a lot of like changing and altering between them to do different combo moves, which is really cool. So you'll be fighting for a bit, and then you do something, and you get the option to be able to like switch over to a character, and the character comes in and it's a part of the combo, going and fighting, and then that character does something, and then the next guy comes in and does that part of combo over and over, and there's special abilities, and much rejoicing after the monster's dead. In total, as of recording this, I have played 10.2 hours of this game. I got to a point where it just got to be repetitive. I was like, I'm done. I think I'll just continue on. I haven't seen the anime all the way through. I did like the Bug Island was the last thing that I remember in the anime with him doing that, but it goes past that in the game. And so I've debated on continuing forward to get to that point or just to watch the anime. Sometimes the games do spoil it for me. Like the Pirate Warriors game, which is not Bandai Namco. And that will spoil a bit of the story, but it's not all the story. What else? I think that's it. I think that is the list. Oh no, that is not it. I played another game. Remember how I said I'm not a big fan of live service games? Well, guess what? This is a game that is an MMO that people have been talking about, and I had recommendations to play it. It is also considered a Souls-like. It's called Where Winds Meet. I played this game, and I thought I played it already. And I was like, well, I went through the tutorial and it didn't really catch my attention. And then I went back to check. I did not play the tutorial. I did not play this game. I've played it this month of December, that which is when I'm recording this, in December. I went through the tutorial. Like, this is really cool. I like the combat system. This is pretty neat. And then went through the kind of main story. The story was long progression type thing. Then it became open world. You open up, go and explore this thing. I went through the first chapter. I completed the first chapter. Tears. It was a great story for just the regular chapter for it. And then there's other places you can go, and there's a whole story in these areas as well. The stories in this game are great. They're amazing. A lot of the stuff you can purchase in this is all cosmetic. It has nothing to do that affects gameplay. So if you decide to participate in PvP, you don't have to worry about coming across a whale who just dumped a bunch of money in order to progress and get your character stronger. All cosmetic stuff. I'm not too crazy about the cosmetic. It's very kind of like foo-foo-y to me. Same with cosmetics in Arc Raiders. They're a little weird. Well, for this one, pretty good. It's alright. I found something that I liked. I played that. I tried to make my guy look as Irish as possible, which is very hard to do. He has very long, flowy, majestic hair and a red beard. Because I couldn't change the color of the hair, because in order to do that, you need a certain item in order to dye your hair. So it's just like black is by default the hair. Sometimes you'll get one that got like white, complete gray. But I got a blue-eyed, shiny blue-eyed, red beard person. And they do character designs on this game as well, where someone has made SpongeBob SquarePants. So if you want to change your face to look like SpongeBob SquarePants in this game, good news, you can do that. Wonderful community. Great stuff. A fun time. You can get sick. And you'll need a doctor. And the NPC doctors can always help you. So you know who you had to call? Player character who has a high enough medical ability in order to heal you. And you put a request on a board, and they come in and they go, oh, bam, I healed you. Fun times. There's certain side games I don't really care for. The debating card game thing that they got going on, I don't really care for that. The medical thing on that's alright. Not that bad. The combat, the changing of different weapons and things like that, I honestly wish they had more weapons to choose from. I would love a bow staff. I would love some compass. With some nunchucks. Something like that. But we'll see. Well, I mean, the game's still fairly new. 23.9 hours in 1 month. That's how much I put into this game. I haven't gone back to it since December 20th, so it's been 10 days since the last time I played this game. I'm not sure if I'll go back or not. After completing Chapter 1, I was like, before I go on to Chapter 2, let me clear this island of everything to do. There's so much to do. And sometimes you might not even be high enough level in order to complete this thing. And I, like I do with most MMOs, am playing it solo. I am solo leveling in Where Winds Meet. So I'm fighting boss monsters that are considered world tier boss monsters, which mean fight this with people. And I'm choosing not to. And I actually managed to beat one. I've beaten a couple of them so far. And I figure it's more of a skill issue. I don't need another person. This is just a skill issue. I'm going to keep at it. That's what we're doing. So there you go. That is the whole game catch up for me. Not including console games, which I played Silent Hill F on PlayStation 5. Not a big fan. I thought I would be. It looked really cool. It was Japanese horror, which I like Japanese horror. That's a whole different level. We played Ghostwire Tokyo. We saw the yokai and the ghost. That's what got me in Ghostwire Tokyo. But I thought Silent Hill F was going to have these types of things too. And it's a Silent Hill game. People love Silent Hill. Alright. I wasn't too crazy. I got stuck, is why I'm not crazy about it. It's a skill issue for me on that game. Supposed to go through, I'm in a scarecrow in a rice fields, and there's like different facial expressions, and I have to find the one particular scarecrow that's got a pin in it and pull the pin out of it in order to progress. And if it's the wrong scarecrow and you pull the pin out of it, guess what? It attacks you. And you got kind of this fighting combat system, which kind of reminds me of a Souls-like. But it's not a Souls-like game. And your weapons have durability, and if you run out of weapons to fight, well, crap. You're just running away from monsters at that. And then Everybody Golfs. They released a new one for PlayStation 5, only available in Japan. You can do digital through the PlayStation 5 console, but I don't want to do digital. I want to do physical. I'm moving more towards physical media and less away from digital media. I want physical copies of games. I want actual games and not game key cards like they have on the Switch 2. So I am going through and trying to get the games for games that I like to play digitally. Of course, when it comes to certain indie games, they don't have physical copies. When it comes to live service games, they don't have physical copies for live service games. So if I wanted a physical copy of Where Winds Meet, too bad. They don't have that. I can make one. I could say, this is a little thing. Here you go. Where Winds Meet. Oh, I skipped past Battlefield 6. I've been playing that. I played it on PC. I got it because I wanted a shooter game, and I thought, oh, this will be fun. Fun shooter game. It really gets that itch for wanting to play a army mass world war shooting. Played that. Played the Battle Royale with friends. I'm not crazy about the battle. Red Sec, not that great. Also a live service kind of slop game from a major company who I feel doesn't really care about games as much as they do about profit. And they've been doing pretty good. It's a pretty good game. Multiplayer-wise, pretty good game. I haven't played the campaign. I don't know what the story's like. I haven't played the campaign in really any of the Battlefield games, and I've never really gotten too much into the Battlefield games until just recently, like within the last few years. and they decided to do the Battle Royale thing with their Red Sec. I say Battle Royales kind of me. That's just my opinion, though. But, yeah. As for the future of this channel, what's gonna happen in 2026? Am I going to be doing things like New Year, New Game? I have found from doing this YouTube stuff, my very first video, going to go to the oldest, it's 3 years ago. The Dynasty Warriors Milliardo Part 1. So the very first things that I put onto YouTube 3 years ago was Dynasty Warriors games, and I don't think there's any of me commentating this time. I did all 5 parts of Dynasty Warriors Gundam, and then I moved on and did a Dot Hack. I went through the Dot Hack series 3 years ago. And the route I was going with my YouTube channel was non-commentary video games. Retro video game. I got my retro Tink, I got my capture card. And that's all I wanted to do. I got convinced otherwise that I should talk, interact, and say words in videos instead of just doing non-commentary gameplay because they're boring. But we continued on, and we kept doing some type of gimmick thing like New Year, New Game, which we did 2 years ago. And doing that at the same time, other games as well, playing like One Piece Pirate Boy, Rain World, all these different fun games. But it got overwhelming, especially doing New Year, New Game, trying to get a game out every day. Because I didn't record these games so many at a time to release slowly. I was like essentially playing the game that day, editing it to be released the next day. It got tiring and exhausting. When the next year came, which was a year ago, I had to change the direction of what I wanted to do. I didn't want to do New Year, New Game. As fun as it was, as much interaction that I got, and the fact that I got to play the games that I say that I never go to play because they're just going to sit in my Steam library. We actually played those games. We had a fun time playing. We discovered different games. I found an enjoyment for platformer games that I normally would not be playing because I'm just not a big platformer fan, or wasn't, and now I am. Metroidvania games. Didn't really play those either, and now I do. I enjoy them. Plenty of roguelike, plenty of Devolver Digital games that we went through. Good times. It was a really good time. And now we go to 1 year ago, and I tried to keep that same direction, but instead of doing a new game every day, it was more of like every week. Maybe new week, new game. Because friend of the channel, Flog Dog, liked that segment and liked seeing the different games. And I also tried to do the weight loss challenge. But I still wanted to keep a gimmick on my channel. And that failed. That lasted, I think, till like February because I was trying to do the mobile games. And of course, you can't see the mobile games. I can't record my mobile gameplay. I mean, I could sitting at my computer, but I'm not out exercising, so you can't see all of that. I didn't have like a GoPro camera with me to show you. Not to mention, I'm in an industrial area, so there's a lot of diesel trucks and just smog outside of my house. That was not good for me. That was bad for my health. We went the route of being the best gamer of all time, going through and beating Hollow Cure. I did a little WWE heel turn to the fans, which was terrible for my channel. Made a lot of people angry. I had fun with it though. I laughed. I enjoyed the being the bad guy. But that's not what people wanted. You didn't want to come here to see me be a bad guy. They wanted to see me have fun. Play games. That's essentially what I need to do. Play games. Just have fun playing games. Enjoy myself playing games. What we're gonna do. We will continue to play games. I may do a gimmick in the month like we did this year. If we go and we review what we did on this channel this year, well, I went through, we played Astrobot. Game of the year for 2024. The reason I bought a PlayStation 5. I wanted to play Astrobot. I wanted to see how great this game. It looked great. Some of the people that I watched play it said it was a great game, and it looked like a great game. Platformer, which through Newyear New Game, where I found an enjoyment for it. So I had to go through and do that. And then I started to also do games to where it was like co-op, where I was playing games with Log Dog. I'm trying to get other friends to play games with as well. I let Game Eye Shuffle take over for a bit and choose some games because I wasn't sure what I was doing. And I wasn't releasing content as often. I had 1 month where there's like 3 videos got released. I went from doing a video like once a week to 3 videos in a month. Or 1 video in a month. We played Warriors Abyss. I did a video where it was like I beat Monster Hunter Wilds. I didn't show you the entire progress of me playing Monster Hunter Wilds because I did so many game series for Hogwarts Legacy and Rain World. That Gundam Breaker 4, which I never completed on my channel. I never showed the videos of all the gameplay on my channel. Probably should have, but I chose not to because I felt like the stress of playing these games, recording these games, getting these games videos edited and then putting them out was making it so I wasn't enjoying the game, which is why I stopped doing that and just enjoyed the game. Played the game without recording because there wasn't that stress of having to get it out. Pretty sure I've expressed that. We had somebody reach out to us this year and wanted us to play their game, Portal Fantasy. And said if I play it on here and I make a video, they'll give me keys to give to my viewers. And then that email went away and it was gone. And I don't know what was going on with that. I tried doing Oblivion Remastered. I started having some audio issues. I started noticing I was getting more audio issues, even through Astrobot, with the gameplay stuff. And as it turned out, it wasn't until much later on I figured out why I was having these audio issues, because I had filters on my gameplay audio, which I didn't need filters for that. I use filters for my mic, so I'm not picking up background sounds as loudly. You're not hearing Lillian yell at me all the time, or my phone going off. But then a lot changed. We were doing Astrobot. We were getting so many more views than what we were used to, which was crazy to me. And then I decided, let me do another gimmick thing in the middle of doing Astrobot. Let me do AI June. Month of June, I let AI pick what game I'm gonna play. I let them design my thumbnail and what tags I should use, little descriptions and things. It's still me playing the game. They're just picking what game I'm playing. And then how I'm going to edit the video. I let them choose that. What style should I edit this video? That was fun. That got a lot of interactions. That got me playing games that I normally wouldn't play. The thumbnails and things like that. It got me more inspired to do different things. Edit in different ways and like that. And during this time, I got news from YouTube that they're not really going to be promoting my videos as much because I apparently violated some terms of service or terms of use. Didn't provide me with anything telling me what I violated. I still don't know what I violated. I didn't care. They did that, and we went from making 100 views on Astrobot videos to going back to our normal 18, 24 type view. For some where we got to 86, we weren't reaching hundreds or thousands like I was. So all the air in my sails gone. That was 6 months ago. when we did all this. And then last month I came back for 6 months to 5 months. Last 2 Astrobot videos I did. To where we're at now. I only, after doing that, have posted 2 videos. Letting you know I'm back. Started to get some more motivation. But during this time, too, I should also point out, there was some personal stuff that I was going through. There was some health crisis that I was facing with my own personal being. I thought I was having heart issues. And it wasn't the case. Something completely different. Glad I looked into it because I normally don't go to a hospital or see a doctor. Because that costs a lot of money. Even though I have insurance, it still costs money to pay off, which I'm still paying the bills for. And it turned out that it wasn't heart issue. Great. It was more of a mental type thing that I personally caused on myself. Stress, I let the stress get to me. Everything that was going on in my life during this time as things were changing. And because of that stress, caused wear and tear on my body that I thought was worse than what it actually was. So now that I understood what was going on and what was happening, I was like, I'm just going to take it easy. I'm going to focus on doing it. I was also focusing on losing weight this year as well. I started this year at 300 pounds. And probably more than that. But the last time I weighed myself, it was actually like 296. And this was before the holidays came in. So I guarantee through all the like Thanksgiving and Christmas and all that junk, I gained. And I'm pretty sure I was past 300. But and I lost a bunch of weight. I got down to 245, which was the lowest. Then I started slacking on my diet. And last time I weighed myself, I was in like the 258 going into 260. Still 40 pounds down for this year, which is great. I've been focusing on doing that. I let myself go for the holidays. So if I have the option to choose eating within my diet, I'll do it. I won't eat bread. I don't eat beans or pastas or rice or anything starchy, like starch vegetables like corn, things like that. It's usually a lot of like broccoli and chicken and cheese, or like steak and broccoli and cheese on my broccoli. It's essentially that. Meat, vegetables, dairy. Meat, vegetables, dairy. I have combinations of meat, vegetables, and dairy with like fruits for dessert. Certain fruits I can do. Maybe I'll have a shake. And then I started reintroducing wheats back into my diet with like whole wheats, like grained oatmeal. Not flavored oatmeal, just plain old oatmeal that I add fruit and nuts to. Another thing I can eat nuts, almonds, walnuts, pecans. Yeah, but I let myself get back into a higher point, and then starting January 1st, it's right back to doing the diet again and getting that all down. So I've been focusing more on myself, less on the YouTube channel. But I think I'm going to put more focus back into it. I'm going to do things. I have some plans of a gimmicky thing that I want to do, and we'll do that. We'll see how well it works out, and if it will motivate me to continue doing YouTube videos. Every once in a while, maybe I'll come in, I'll just post a video like once a month or once every 2 to 3 weeks of me just playing a game like we did with this recent video for Monster Hunter's Generations Ultimate on the Switch. I got just a crazy hair and decided, yeah, I haven't posted a video in a while, let me go ahead and post it. Because when I did Punch Time Explosion, I was like, I'm going to do some more videos of games that I've been playing. I was recording games, and I had some audio issues. I updated my PC, and my soundbar decided, hey, we're no longer going to work in the headphone jacks anymore. So you can't plug us in manually. And the only feature you can use is your Bluetooth feature, which my computer doesn't have Bluetooth feature. So I had to get a dongle to plug into a USB port to make my computer a Bluetooth. But even that has issues too. Something with connecting, like a soundbar winds up becoming both a mic and a speaker, and it's weird. And yeah, that's something I don't want. I don't want that happening. So we'll come back. If there's anything you particularly, if you're someone who watches my channel and wanted to see more of something I have done in the past, maybe you wanted to see finished Rain World or finish Astrobot. I still have the videos for Astrobot, and I'm pretty sure I still have the videos for Rain World. I kept some videos, other projects that I worked on, I deleted. I was going to do a whole video on Mafia Old Country, another game that I played this year. I left out intentionally because I didn't enjoy it. It was a stupid game. Don't play it. That's all I'm going to say. I did do a video for it, but it was kind of like lazy and sloppily edited, and Flogdog pointed out how bad it was and that I should have done it in a different way. And I was like, yeah, sure, I'll do that. I'll re-edit the video and I'll come back and because I felt the same way. And never did anything with it. So yeah, we'll see what future holds for my YouTube channel, but I'm not going to do 100% focus on it. I don't see myself becoming a YouTube streamer and being a content creator. I have a job. I enjoy my job. I'm gonna wind up changing my job into a career is what's going to happen. I'm going to be a regular person who games casually. I'm going to become what's known as a casual gamer. So I don't have the time to spend hours playing games, even though I just did a whole rant on how I've spent hours playing games. Doing different games and things like that. But it's all like within the free time that I have in a day. I get like 2 to 3 hours where I can go in and I can play a game. Unless I force myself to stay up, or I'm just so entranced in a game that I don't realize what time it is. And then before I know it, it's like 5 o'clock in the morning and I'm like, ah, crap, I gotta get up in a couple hours to go to work. I shouldn't have done that. But, yeah, I'm old too, so I can't really stay up that much without it affecting my body negatively. Or trying to avoid doing that stuff. I don't want to affect my body negatively. I like my body. I like me. Anyways, I've gone on long enough. This is a very long video. Oh, okay. I haven't reached an hour yet. 58 minutes. We're coming to an hour. So you get to enjoy that. Another hour-long video. I know how much everyone loves watching hour-long videos. But it's all things that I needed to say. So, thank you, everybody, for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for just being here. Even if you're someone who doesn't do all that. Someone who just watches, never likes a video. Even if you dislike my video. Thank you for being here. Thank you for interacting with it. It all kind of just puts things into different perspectives for me. That there are people who will take time out of their day to actually watch my videos. And some who will actually enjoy the videos that I put out there. Which always surprises me. I get it when it's a friend of mine. But when it's someone who I don't know in real life, and they're watching and they're commenting and they're liking something, it's a kind of a cool feeling. Strange feeling, but a cool feeling. Thank you, everybody. Happy New Year. I hope 2026 is the year where everything great will happen for you. And that anything bad that happened last year fades away with 2025. That's it for me, and I'll see you in the next game. Goodbye.